Hey, what's up YouTubers? Welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts collection overview video. Today we're going to go over my Severin films collection. I have 32 titles to show and one box set, and I'm going to start off with the DVDs. I have 3 of those, and the first one is Crucible of Terror, a mind so evil it could lock its terrible secret inside a beautiful body. I got these I think it was last year during a sale that they had, and these were pretty cheap. I think they were about like $5 a piece. It's a film from 1971, 91 minutes, unrated. Just the disc art there. The second one I got was Hardware. This is one that I've had for a long time. This is a great film. It's since been released on Blu-ray. It's been released on Blu-ray by Severin and Ronin Flicks, which I do own both of them. It's a film from 1990, 93 minutes. Most of you guys have seen this one by now. It has Dylan McDermott, Iggy Pop is in here. It's a Richard Stanley film, 93 minutes, unrated. It is Region 0. And it's a fun little sci-fi horror film. I really enjoy that one. Next one is a British, I don't know if I would even really consider this horror. I guess it is horror, but they call it the grooviest zombie biker movie of them all, Psychomania. It's a bizarre film. I never did upgrade it. I think it does have a Blu-ray release by now. It's a film from 1972. This is the unrated edition of it, and I'm just going to read a little bit. It says, the cult classic known as the greatest British zombie biker movie ever made returns with the ultimate full throttle restoration. And it does have some good special features here. So those were the 3 DVD titles that I have from Severin Films. The rest of them are Blu-ray. And this next little stack I have here, these are some of the earlier releases that didn't have really inserts or slipcovers or anything like that. These are just single disc editions. This first one is called The Baby. Truly one of the most bizarre films to come out of the Hollywood scene in the 1970s. And this was another bundle I picked up in a sale that they had a year or 2 ago. Film from 1973, 84 minutes. It's impossible not to be horrified and fascinated by what you see unfolding. And it's just basically the disc for this little stack here. And then we'll kind of see how Severin progresses as the editions go on. They really become pretty nice with beautiful slipcovers and stuff like that. So next one is called Wild Beasts. I had fun with this one. The insane 80s film by the co-creator of Mondo Cane and Goodbye Uncle Tom, remastered for the first time ever. Mondo Style Shock. And this is all region, color, 1983, 92 minutes. You do get some special features. And again, it's just a single disc, no insert. Next one is Turkey Shoot, starring Steve Railsback. This is a Australian horror film, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Essential viewing, unforgettable. When Australian cultural film czars wake up in a cold sweat, this is the film that inspires the nightmares. Totally uncut in HD for the first time ever. And this was a pretty good one. I really enjoyed this one. Call it Ozploitation. I recommend grabbing this one, Turkey Shoot, if you guys don't have it already. Next one is called Bloody Moon. This was one of the very first Blu-rays I picked up from Severin. So I got a little sticky note there. It says, a sexy gross-out carnival ride from the king of Euro sleaze. Directed by Jess Franco from 1981. And this one is pretty gory. some pretty violent kills, and it's a pretty good splatter film. And the next one is called Bloody Birthday. I know this also has a release in the UK, I think by 88 Films. It's a film from 1981. It's 85 minutes. You get some audio interviews, a featurette called Don't Eat That Cake, some more interviews, and a brief history of the slasher film featurette. It says director Ed Hunt proves you can have your cake and slice people too. Killer Kids film. And you guys know that I'm not really the biggest fan of Killer Kids movies. They don't really do much for me. That's not a bad movie though. It's actually pretty entertaining. Here's one called Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Who Will Survive? The best worst movie of all time. I know there's a lot of movies that are so bad it's good. This is a fun watch. It's pretty silly, and you can tell that it's CGI and green screen, but it's still a fun watch. You get some pretty good special features. This is the unrated edition. Pretty much just bare bones on the inside. And then the last one for the kind of the plain Janes of the collection. This is Hardware, the Blu-ray. I showed you guys the DVD earlier. I definitely had to pick this up on Blu-ray, and I also picked it up from Ronin Flicks. This is definitely worth the upgrade if you have the DVD. You can't go wrong with either Severin or Ronin. I never really did a comparison to see which one is cleaned up better. I know that Ronin has a really nice collectible slipcover. So that is that. Now the next little pile here is combo packs. These are either Blu-ray DVD combos or 2 Blu-rays or limited editions. And this first one is a single disc, but it is limited to 3,000, I believe. And there's the little sticker. I kept it. It was on the cellophane, but it says adults only, strictly 3,000 edition. You get 2 alternate versions of The Sinful Dwarf, plus a bonus feature film called The Blue Balloon, and more. And this is a sleazy film. It's a fun watch, but it's pretty gross, and you feel like taking a nice cold shower after watching this because you feel grimy and slimy. It's a film from 1974, and this also came with the little plush doll, which I have since sold. I wish I didn't, but I did. And you can see that it is all region. And the Blue Balloon came out in 1973, 1 year before The Sinful Dwarf. And that one was pretty hard to get on DVD before the Blu-ray was released. It was kind of rare. Next one is a Blu-ray DVD combo, House on Straw Hill. This is really good. This is strictly limited edition. First 3,000 contain the DVD Ban the Sadist videos. So this is actually a 3-disc set because you get the Blu-ray right there. You get the DVD right there. And then, like they said, you get Ban the Sadist videos on DVD, which is a really nice set. If you guys can grab this one, I strongly recommend picking it up. It's a good movie, and Udo Kier is a very creepy villain in this film from 1976. The next one, a lot of people picked this one up. This was a hot ticket for a minute when it came out. This is the Dr. Butcher MD. This is the definitive 2-disc edition, fully restored and totally uncut. And it's a 2-disc set. Disc 1, you get Dr. Butcher MD, which is the uncut version. Disc 2, you get Zombie Holocaust, which is the same film, only cut. And I'm sure most of you guys have seen this film. It also comes with the barf bag, which is a kind of a nice little gimmick. There's Zombie Holocaust. There is Dr. Butcher MD, and then you can also reverse the cover So you can have either one of these two covers if you choose. Make sure I put this. The first 5,000 copies include a free barf bag with the reversible sleeve. See if I can slide this in there without damaging it. So that's that, and let's look at the special features. I know you get quite a bit of special features here. If you guys want to pause that and check it out. This set is really, really worth it. I know a lot of you guys have picked this one up already, but if you haven't picked it up, seek it out and add it to your collection. It's a really good piece to add to your collection. Next one is called The House of Seven Corpses, the Blu-ray DVD combo. Another fun watch. 70s horror classic, uncut, uncensored, and restored in HD. And this kind of reminds me of a Hammer horror film starring John Ireland. You can see him there. From 1974, 91 minutes. 8 graves, 7 bodies, 1 killer, and he's already dead. And John Carradine is also in here. Matter of fact, that's John Carradine right there. I get John Carradine and John Ireland mixed up sometimes. Both giants in the classical movies. There's the 2 discs. One on the left is the DVD, and there's the Blu-ray. Next one is another really good one. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo of Horror Express, starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Also has Telly Savalas. And they're transporting a Neanderthal. Is that what they call him? They call him the missing link in this movie, but he's kind of like a Neanderthal or a Bigfoot, whatever. 70s horror classic returns like you've never seen it before. Screen legends Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing star as rival turn-of-the-century anthropologists transporting a frozen missing link aboard the Trans-Siberian Express. When the prehistoric creature thaws and escapes, it unleashes a brain-scarfing spree that turns its victims into eye-bleeding undead. And this is definitely a good one. There you can see some of the special features. The film is from 1972. It's 90 minutes, and I'm looking to see what the region is. It doesn't say on the back. Usually if it's region free, it would just say A, B, and C. So I'm assuming this is region A, but don't quote me on that. And there's the Blu-ray on the left and the DVD on the right. You can see the bleeding eyes. Next one is another horror classic from back in the VHS days. This is Patrick, the original comatose killer. Blu-ray DVD combo. Another Ozploitation, Australian horror classic. And a really fun cult flick. And it says a comatose killer, seemingly unresponsive in a small private hospital. But when a hot new nurse begins to question his condition, Patrick will unleash a waking nightmare of psychokinetic carnage. And the film is from 1978, 96 minutes. There you have the special features. You get Not Quite Hollywood extended interviews with director Richard Franklin, and more. And there are the 2 discs, the Blu-ray and the DVD. I think this next one is one of the best releases that they have put out to date. This is the 3-disc House of Pain edition of Lost Soul. The Doomed Journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr. Moreau. And you guys have to see this to believe some of the hellish nightmares they had trying to put together the Island of Dr. Moreau. There's Richard Stanley right there. And it says up here for the special features, disc 1, you get some outtakes and interviews. There's a few featurettes. I mean, this thing is jam-packed. Disc 2 is the H.G. Wells files, and disc 3 is the bonus CD-ROM with the audio book recording, H.G. Wells, The Island of Dr. Moreau. This is a beautiful set right here. There is the Blu-ray. Here's a bonus disc on DVD, the H.G. Wells files. And then here is the CD-ROM where it's the audiobook for The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. And this is definitely a must-own for anybody's collection. Okay, next we'll show the signed editions that I have from Severin. And this is the pile right here. By the way, Miss Heidi was joining us and she kind of tuned out for a minute. The first one is a double billing of Axe and Kidnapped Coed, and it's signed right there by director Frederick Friedel in gold Sharpie. And it also has a third bonus film called The Bloody Brothers, so you get 3 movies on this Blu-ray. And let's see, for Axe, it came out in 1975. Kidnapped Coed, 1976. And I'm not sure when the third Bloody Brothers came out. This is all region, by the way. And you get this is the soundtrack for the films Axe and Kidnapped Coed on the CD. And then you get the Blu-ray for the 3 films. And then here's a little insert. And it has the track listing for the CDs, for the soundtracks, or for the film soundtracks. So that's pretty cool. The next one is a documentary, uncut, uncensored, The Killing of America, a brutal study of violence in the USA. And that is signed by Sheldon Rennan, the director. The film is from 1981, and it's pretty much just a documentary of all the crime and stuff like that that happened in the U.S. over. You see Charles Manson down there, and it says, all of the film you are about to see is real. It begins. Nothing has been staged. So filmmaker Sheldon Rennan made this documentary in 1981, and they gave it a new 2K scan. You can also watch it in Japanese. It has audio commentary with the director. It has interviews, and this is kind of a eye-opening documentary. If you guys like the Mondo stuff, or like Faces of Death or stuff like that, you'd probably like this too, The Killing of America. The next one is Drive-In Massacre, signed by Stu Seagal. It says Action, Stu Seagal right there. He's the director of this drive-in style B film, sleazy 70s slasher classic, grimy and dirty 70s exploitation nirvana. Film from 1976. It is 74 minutes. And there you got special features. It is all region. And it does have a reversible cover. But I like to keep this one on the front because that's where it's signed. And this is a nice piece right here. This is some good obscure 70s drive-in style cheese. Here is The Other Hell, and this is signed by Claudio Fragasso, who wrote the screenplay for this. The film is from 1980. Satanic Nuns, Bruno Mattei's nunsploitation classic, now uncut and uncensored in HD for the first time ever. Got some special features there. And I believe that this originally came in a blue case, and I put a black case on it. And there is a reversible cover with The Other Hell, with the skeleton in the nun's habit. But again, I like to keep the autograph on the outside. The next one is Dark Waters, and again, I believe this came with a blue case, and I switched it out. And it's signed by director Mariano Baino. There you can see we signed it in silver Sharpie. This is a good fun watch, a good creature feature, creature from the sea type movie. This one had a pretty nice box set that was put out by No Shame some years back, and it came with like a sandstone medallion that looked like that creature. I still have that somewhere. But this is a good movie. I enjoyed it. So that was, oh, here's some more here. This is one of the most recent editions I got. This is the Combat Shock, and it is signed and numbered by Buddy Giovinazzo, and I got number 1426 out of 2000. And just to kind of show this off quickly, because I showed this off in a recent update video. Don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'm so glad I got this. Comes with the Blu-ray there on the right, and then it comes with the CD soundtrack, and then there's the track listing, and it also has some write-ups about the composer and the tracks. And this is a really, really nice set, and you get a ton of special features there. If you guys want to pause that and check it out, outtakes, featurettes, interviews, all region. And I know in my update video some people were asking me if I found my film cells, and I had no idea. So there was a couple guys who gave me a tip about it, and there it is right there on the front page. So thanks guys for the heads up on that. These are film cells from the original film cells from the filming of the Combat Shock in this nice scrapbook. This is a really nice set. Severin really stepped it up that time. That's beautiful. The next one is Terminator 2, aka Shocking Dark, and this one is also signed by Claudio Fragasso. You can see it there in the silver Sharpie, which it wasn't quite the best signature because you can see it kind of bubbling up, but I still enjoy it. I still have yet to watch the film. I put it in last night. It's in my no, actually that's not it. I had two of these slipcovers, so I put one over this signed insert, and then the other one I had has the movie in it. Next one is Zombie 3, also signed by Claudio Fragasso, who did the story and screenplay for the film, and these were limited to 3,000 with a bonus CD soundtrack. So there's the movie on Blu-ray, and then there's the CD. Really, really nice editions. I love it when the companies put the soundtrack. And here is Zombie 4, same thing, 3,000 units, signed by Claudio Fragasso. You got the Blu-ray here on the right, and the CD soundtrack there. And the last one I have signed is my favorite. This is Barbara Steele, Queen of Horror, Nightmare Castle. Plus you get Castle of Blood and Terror Creatures from the Grave. And there's Barbara Steele's signature in silver Sharpie. Kind of wraps around the back. And she is a screen legend, and I'm so glad to have her autograph on this. Remastered, restored in HD from the original negatives. This is one of Barbara Steele's best horror films, and it does have some pretty good special features here. Deleted scenes, trailers, featurettes. Film is from 1965, Nightmare Castle is. And this is all region for my friends overseas who are interested in this one. So that was it for the signed editions. Now the next little pile here are going to be the slipcover editions. And the first one is Burial Ground. The Gates of Hell Have Opened. This was a pretty cool zombie film, and I have this many different times. 88 Films put out a release of this, plus I have a German media book Blu-ray. But the one thing that kind of pops out in this movie and that everybody seems to remember is this little guy. He's got some kind of a growth condition where he looks like he's a child, but he is a grown man, and he's nursing. There he is right there. He nurses on the bare breast of his mother in the film, but he's actually a grown man, but he looks like he's a child. Very, very bizarre. But it is a good zombie film, and I like that cover too. So you get 3 different covers with this edition. You get that, and the newly commissioned slipcover from Severin. These 2 here are retro covers. I think that was from the Shriek Show DVD, and then this was a theatrical poster, but it was also a German release cover for one of the media books, and I think it was on some of the hard boxes as well. Let's see if I can put that away later. Next one is a film I have yet to see. This is a British film called Threads. It says, the closest you ever want to come to nuclear war is Threads. And this is a really nice slipcover. You can see that there's Big Ben, I guess. And then you can see, if you flip the cover, you can see where it's on fire. I know Big Ben is the bell. I don't remember what the clock tower was called. But that is a really cool cover. And I've heard really good things about the film. I just haven't had time to watch it yet. It's in my to watch pile. There you get special features. It is all region. The movie that shook the world, restored in HD for the first time ever. It says in September 1984 it was aired on the BBC and shocked tens of millions of UK viewers. 4 months later, it was broadcast in America and became the most watched basic cable program in history. After more than 3 decades, it remains one of the most acclaimed and shattering made-for-television movies of all time. And there is the Blu-ray. But that is one of the most beautiful slipcovers I've ever seen. That looks really cool. Those lenticular covers that actually do something that's pretty impressive, rather than just have the 3D depth to it. I'll put that away and off camera. The next one is Devil's Reign. This is one that I remember from watching as a kid, back in the VHS days. And this one also has, it says here at the bottom, absolutely the most incredible ending of any motion picture ever. It does have a pretty cool ending. Not going to give it away for those who haven't seen it yet, but this has some pretty cool covers here too. You get that cover, you get that cover, and then you get the slipcover, which is really nice. Ernest Borgnine, William Shatner, Tom Skerritt, and a very, very young John Travolta. Okay, you can see Shatner. And there's Borgnine, of course. They don't show Shatner. It is all region. And the film came out in 1975. Interviews with Skerritt, Shatner. You can actually watch a 1975 interview with Shatner. That'd be pretty cool. Hail Satan, interview with Anton LaVey. And biographer Blanche Barton, who was his mistress or his wife. I'm not sure if they were married or not, or just his girlfriend. But they ran the Church of Satan, Anton LaVey and Blanche Barton. I think Blanche Barton still runs it. And of course, Anton LaVey has passed away. Another one is Eaten Alive. This is a cannibal classic from Umberto Lenzi. This is a really gross movie. And that is a very, very tight slipcover. And you look on the back here, it's all region. And it is a film from 1980, 93 running minutes, and there are the special features, archived interviews. Mimi Lay Bites Back, feature documentary on the Queen of Cannibal movies, and she was beautiful too. There she is right there. Very, very nice looking Asian woman. And there's the soundtrack for the film, and there is the Blu-ray. And it does have one more cover. We'll take a peek on the inside here. Doomed to Die. So that's pretty cool. This is a nice little set right here. I'll put that together off camera. The next one is a Fulci film called The Devil's Honey. This is another one I have yet to see. Another really nice slipcover here. Pitch Perfect Sleazy Mania special features. This was limited to 1,000. I got number 279. There you can see the special features if that focuses. And there's the cover. It is all region. The film is from 1986. This was probably, if this wasn't Fulci's last film, it was probably one of his last films. Because I think he passed away shortly after this, like 87 or 88. I'd have to double check, but there's a reversible cover right there. The next one was a gift from a fellow YouTuber, Lee, LSJ Shez. This is the UK edition of Baskin, and there's the Severin logo. And the UK have thicker emery cases, which I tend to like those. And this is a film I have yet to watch, even though this is on my to-watch pile. This is a foreign film. It is in, I forgot what language this is in, Turkish. So you have to watch it with English subtitles. It is all region. The film is from 2015, 96 minutes. Let me see up here. It says the Turkish shock sensation uncut and uncensored on Blu-ray for the first time ever. A death-ravaged orgy and a waking nightmare that will melt your face off. Horror fans have compared it to the most extreme works of Fulci, Argento, and Clive Barker. I definitely will be checking this out soon, so that's cool. So thank you again for that, Lee, if you're watching. And I will put that away off camera. It's hard to put the slipcovers back on. I don't like to crease them or dent them or anything. Here is this is the edition of Shocking Dark Terminator 2. This is the one that actually has the Blu-ray in it. The most infamous mashup in Eurosleaze history, now in HD for the first time ever. Terminator in Venice. There you can see the special features. There's just a couple there. Once Upon a Time in Italy with actress Greta Gerwig. You guys know her from Demons. She was one of the hookers that had the bubbling in her neck. She's awesome, by the way. I'm a Facebook friend with her, and she's very, very fan friendly, and she will talk to you, and she'll post on your wall and crack jokes with you. She's really, really awesome. I really recommend you guys check out Greta Gerwig on Facebook. Her real name is Greta Giancarlo Field, but she goes on, if you want to look her up on Facebook, it's Greta Gerwig. And if you guys, if you're friends with me on Facebook and you'd like to hook up with her, become a friend with her, let me know and I can share the link with you if you can't find her. That is, I don't know why I even try to do it. And the last one with the slipcover is The Changeling, which was a kindly gift from Faligar. And this is a really, really nice edition. You can see the progression that Severin has made over time. That's why I went from DVD to kind of their earliest Blu-ray releases to now. You can see how much they improved, and they're really, really good. They can go toe-to-toe with just about any company out there, even Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, any of them. This is All Region, the 1980 horror classic in HD for the first time ever in America. Utterly hair-raising. It contains the best seance scene in horror movie history, a great horror film, and then you get all these special features. Mick Garris talks about The Changeling. Very, very nice. And then you get the CD soundtrack, which I really love it when they do that. And there's the Blu-ray, and I don't think it has a reversible. No, it doesn't. It doesn't need to. This is right here. This is pure beauty. That is really nice. And then the last thing I have to show off is the Amicus Collection box set that Severin put out. It's a 3-movie box set. You get Asylum, and Now the Screaming Starts, and The Beast Must Die, plus you get a trailer compilation called The Vault of Amicus. So it comes on 4 Blu-rays like this. And then it's just packed with special features. Asylum from 1972, and Now the Screaming Starts from 1973. The Beast Must Die, 1974. And there you can see what the covers look like. This was limited to 3,500. I got number 1562. And I'll just quickly show you the covers. I did an unboxing of this a while back. There's And Now the Screaming Starts. Still has a sticker on top, for God's sakes. I haven't even opened it yet. This one is The Beast Must Die. This one is Asylum. This is the only one I used to have on DVD. And this is the Vault of Amicus, which is a compilation. And it has all of these titles in the compilation. 3 hours of audio highlights from the legendary 1985 sessions. Audio notes by Max J. Rosenberg. And it is All Region. So that was my Severin Films collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any titles that you want to recommend for me, please do so. Comment down below. If there's any titles that I recommended that you feel like you're going to get, also comment below. You can talk about whatever you want down below in the comments section. It's always good to hear from you guys. And other than that, I guess I was going to do a little recap, but I'm kind of running out of room here. Hope you guys are well, and this is Monday I'm recording this, so I hope you guys have a great week. And I'm kind of dragging this on a little bit. I think I'm just going to end it here, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.